we're doing chili. Let's look at this lovely chili meat. We're going to have real chunks of steak in here. This is from a chuck roast. I processed that chuck roast right here. You can do it too. It's a beautiful thing to do. And we didn't waste any. We had some little pieces left over. We went and ground that. And if you have a grinder, you can grind it, or you can put it in a food processor. I'm putting in some ground beef and homemade hot Italian sausage. I did that right here. You got a video for that right there if you want to refer to it. This is done in a food processor. Now, in a week, I'm going to do it again in a grinder. I'm going to show you how to break down the pork butt to make that. And that link will be right here. It's coming soon. Let's get started. First thing we want to do, we're going to take our jalapenos and we're going to put them right in a hot pan, like so. It's going to take a few minutes. We're going to shake it occasionally. And what we want to do is kind of blister it on all the sides. This will help give it a smoky flavor. It'll give it a more authentic Tex-Mex, Southwestern flavor, and that's what we're attempting to get. You can also do this over an open fire if you have it. And we're going to do this for about 2 minutes. Make sure it's heated all the way through. And after we do that, we're going to put it in a bowl. We put saran wrap on. This will seal it. Okay, we're back. Let's look and see what we have here. You notice I do have oil in here. I wasn't getting the heat transfer I wanted to get this to blister, so I put 2 tablespoons of coconut oil in here. I was going to have it for the other anyway. Then we're just going to spoon this out into a bowl. As you can see, they're blistered. This helps peel the skin and give it a nice smoky flavor. It'll make our sauce. Now I'm going to put plastic wrap on that and we'll get started with the meat. And this will steam it for us to process this into a sauce base for chili.
What does the steaming do?
It helps break it down, make it easy to peel, take the seeds out, and we'll be able to make a sauce out of it. You'll see it'll actually come plastic flat now, but when it's done, when I go to peel it, it will be concave. Let's get started with the meat. You want to brown the meat on all sides. Don't want to crowd the pan. And we're just browning it. We're not cooking it right now.
Stop that movement.
We're not going to cook it through. We're going to brown it as much as possible on all sides. And everybody knows how to brown meat. Make sure you dry it first. That's why I was on paper towels here. And we'll be back. See y'all in a few. Okay, I browned the meat, the chunks of meat, the steak, if you will. You notice there's some blood coming out. I told you we weren't cooking it all the way. We're going to braise this or stew it in the chili to finish cooking it. We just want to get the caramelization on there. I wanted you to see that. And we didn't crowd it. We dried it off so we could get that. If we crowd it, it'd be gray. If you don't dry it off, it'd be gray. Now we're going to cook our ground meats. We have some ground chuck pieces I had left over from the chuck. I said it won't go to waste. I'm going to put that in there. We're going to put in a pound of hot Italian sausage and some more ground beef. And then we're going to cook that and we'll get back to the next step. Everybody knows how to cook ground meats. Just wanted to show you what we're doing, how the process is coming. Thank you. Hey, we're back. You can see we have the ground meat browned. We're going to press 3 cloves of garlic in here. Put our 1 onion roughly cut in here. We're going to add the other seasonings as well. Okay, we're going to add chili powder. We're going to put a tablespoon of chili powder in here. A tablespoon of cumin. We're going to put a tablespoon of oregano in there. We got 1/8 of a cup or 1 ounce of apple cider vinegar we're going to put in there. And I'm going to put a 1/4 cup of beef stock in there. Let me go ahead and put the 1/4 cup of tomato sauce in first. I'll use the same cup. We're going to mix this in. We'll add salt and pepper and mix it again. We'll put about half a tablespoon of salt in there. Pepper to taste, ground pepper. Then we're going to taste the base for our seasoning before we add our stew meat in there, or chili meat. We've got our ground meat in here, which is also chili meat. It's all in the chili, but our chuck that we had cut. Just want to know if you have an idea if we're in the right area. I think we are. We're going to add our stew meat. Hang on to the paper towel so you don't get that in there. Now the big chunks of chuck, we want to make sure it cooks. We want to make sure it gets pushed down the bottom here. That way it will braise and finish cooking. And braising will slow this down. I'm using an electric skillet so I can actually set the temperature on here. We're going to run it at about 225. So we'll get a slow braise going. And we're going to put the lid on. While that's going, I think we need to turn it down. We've got the lid on. Down to 200. While that's going, we need to go back and look at our jalapenos. You can see I got a concave part where it actually created a vacuum where they cooled off. You can see where the condensation is on the side, so it did sweat. And we're going to peel this off and process these down. What I mean by processing, we're going to cut the stems off, remove the core, remove as much skin as we can. And this is what I mean. We're going to cut top off. We're going to peel the skin. Remove it as much as possible. You can see it is coming.
Do you have to do that stuff?
You don't have to peel it, but you'll wind up with little pieces of the skin floating around your chili. It won't look quite as pretty. So, if you really don't want to peel the skin, you don't have to. Now we're going to take the stem and seeds out.
Since this is chili, what are you going to do to heat it?
You mean spice it? We got chili powder in there. We're also got jalapenos in there. And we're going to taste it as it moves along, as it starts tenderizing. We'll see if we need to add something else like hot sauce or something to it. Right now we don't have any in there. It's going to be to taste. Your jalapenos will vary, or whatever peppers you're using. If you're not using habaneros, in other words, you probably won't need any heat at all. Okay, finished off our chili. We added a few things to it. We added a can of tomatoes. Now, we added more tomato sauce. The total amount of tomato sauce would be 12 ounces that we added in there. And a tablespoon of tomato paste. Now, let's check out the meat here for a minute. I'm going to show you. It's fork tender, which means it'll be easy to chew. See that? This little piece there, but it's fork tender. Now, we're going to do a bowl presentation in a second and have a taste test. We'll be right back. Here's my chili, folks. It's so big, I can eat it with a fork. Look at this. Here we go.
You got trees. You got cheese all over your beard.
That's low carb, and it's excellent. excellent meal.
Please.
Please subscribe. And if you like this video, like it. Leave some comments. Let me know. If you're from Texas, tell me if I got close, okay? Bye now.